Hey, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets, and in today's coaching video, we are talking about the winner effect, how success breeds success. I'm actually out here in my Corvette Stingray today. It's a nice day, so I thought I'd bring the vet out. It's a classic car. I'm actually going to give you guys a walkthrough today in case you've never seen a car like this. But let's take a look here. Hide my license plate. It's a great day to take it out, top down. I love this car like a second child. So we are talking about the winner effect, how success breeds success. And we're gonna get more into it in today's coaching video, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. It actually increases your ability and your desire to take risk. It actually makes you want to take risk. It actually makes you feel joy in taking risks. Where most people are pessimists and completely pessimistic in life, and they're completely afraid of taking any risk, and they're too afraid of losing. You, on the other hand, when you have the winner effect working for you, you'll actually want to take risk, and you'll want to see what else is possible. And even if you fail, you're not going to care. You're going to get right back up. You're going to brush yourself off, get right back up, and do it again and again and again and again until you finally succeed. And this is actually something that I talked about on my 33 Secrets dating channel called the promotion versus prevention mindset. I talked about how guys are either in a promotion mindset where all they can think about is winning and all of the benefits that can come from them winning, versus a prevention mindset where all they can think about is the potential of what they're going to lose and failing, and the shame and the rejection that they're going to feel and the humiliation from taking risks. So you obviously want to be as opportunistic as you possibly can. You want to see opportunity in everything you do, so that you no longer see failure and you no longer see all the things that can go wrong, because that in itself can have a spiraling downward effect on you as well, where all you see are the negative effects of you taking action, right? So part of having the winner effect working for you is it will actually increase your ability and your desire to take risks in life. And no matter what you're doing, you're going to want to take risks. You're going to see the fun in it, the joy, the potential big rewards that can come from taking risks. This is why it's very, very critical that you start taking those baby steps towards winning, so you could get that taste of winning, so that your body can actually consume that and feel what it's like. Once you start winning at anything, it's going to change the way you think, the way you see things, the way you talk to people, the way they treat you. Okay, because again, that's just going to radiate all around you. It's going to radiate in your personality, in your energy, in your eye contact. All of that's going to radiate. It's like, man, this guy's on top of the world. He's kicking ass. He's crushing it. He believes in himself. And people will be able to see that a mile away, especially hot women. They'll be able to see that a mile away. Like, man, this guy is winning. I want to be part of that. I want to be near him, because we all want to be near people who are winning in life. We all want to get a taste of that. We all want to know what that feels like, right? Nobody wants to be around people who are losing. Nobody wants to be around failures. What fun is that? What do you get out of that? All it does is bring down your state. No, everybody wants to be around winners. Why? Because it lifts our state. It makes us feel good about ourselves. It's contagious. It makes us believe in ourselves and feel like, hey, if he did it, so can I. I can do it too. This is why you see all your favorite gurus and all these experts on YouTube and on social media talking about where they came from, talking about how they're no different from you, talking about the failures they went through. Why do they do that? They do that so that you can relate to them, so that you can see that, hey, we're not cut from a different cloth. I'm just like you. I came up, the same way, if not harder, and I was able to make it And here's the steps that I took, and here's the steps that you could take too to be successful like me. You have to take action, okay? Everything comes back to you taking action, and not just a little bit of action, not just, part-time action, but massive action, as Tony Robbins says, right? You have to take massive action if you want to achieve anything good in life. If you remember back when Mike Tyson just got out of jail, Don King was his promoter, right? Did Don King set him up for the heavyweight title right out of jail? No, he didn't. What he did was he set him up with some easy wins. Basically, he set him up with a few boxers where he knew Mike Tyson would knock them out in the first round, which he proceeded to do, fight after fight. He was slowly building up his confidence again after getting out of prison, right? So he had these easy fights where he was building up his confidence. He was knocking these guys out first round, to where when he did finally fight, for the heavyweight title, he was able to win it back because he had rebuilt his confidence in himself. But had he just got out of prison and he went to go fight for the title, say he lost, it would have been devastating for him. Probably would have killed his career, even though a lot of people say prison killed his career. But he was able to continue his career after prison. He had a successful career. He was still able to make lots of money, get lots of endorsement deals. But had he gone for the title right after getting out of prison, it might have been disastrous. And to drive this point home even further, they actually did a study back in the 80s and 90s where they looked at the most successful stockbrokers who were making the most amount of money, and their testosterone levels were dramatically higher than stockbrokers who weren't making nearly as much money. The conclusion they came to was that their testosterone levels were actually increasing their ability to take risk, where they saw opportunity in everything they did. They didn't really think that they could fail. So the stockbrokers with the highest testosterone levels were making the most money, and subsequently were probably going out with the hottest girls, right? And we can even relate this to sports. I know they did a study where, I think it was like a soccer game, where they took the saliva samples from the fans of the team that lost, and they compared them to the saliva samples of the team that won. And what they noticed were the saliva samples of the fans of the team that won, their testosterone levels were abnormally higher. Whereas the saliva samples from the team that lost, their fans, their testosterone levels were abnormally much lower. So you could see this this winner effect working even even just being a spectator, and experiencing either that emotional loss of your team losing or that emotional high of your team winning. When you're winning in life, it's very easy to continue winning. That's why we have this saying, the rich get richer while the poor get poorer. Why do the rich keep getting richer? The rich keep getting richer because they've already done it before. It's easier for them to do it because not only do they know how to do it, but their brains are already engaged. They've already been there before. They know what steps to take. They're fully confident in themselves because they've already done it. They've already won. And any slight hiccups they experience, any slight failures they experience along the way, doesn't even bother them because they know that they can overcome them. Why? Because they've overcome them before. Okay, it's part of the winner effect, where people who are constantly losing in life, they don't really experience winning all that much, right? So it's very hard to convince them that they can actually win. Okay, their brains cannot convince themselves that they have the potential to win. So they keep losing in life, they keep failing, because that's all they've ever known in life. And you might have had friends like this growing up. You have some friends that are just wildly successful. They just seem to keep winning in life. It's like they can do no wrong. But then you have those other friends that you grew up with that are just complete failures. They're complete losers, right? And all the friends in your social circle know they're losers. It's like that guy can never do anything right. He's always getting in trouble, or he's always screwing up. Why is that? Essentially, he has the opposite of the winner effect going on in his life. He has the loser effect going on, where his brain has just become acclimated to losing so much that that's all he knows. So that's all he continues to do in life, is he just keeps losing and losing. So you have to understand, when you have momentum in life, when you are feeling good in your own body and you are just thriving and kicking ass in life, it's very easy to continue winning when that's all you've known and you've repeatedly overcome failure. You know, there's a video that I did called the upward spirals of success and the downward spirals of failure. The thing about success is and even failure, you know, it's all about momentum. You have to get momentum moving in the direction that you want to, okay? And it's either gonna move up towards success, in that spiral towards success, or it's gonna spiral down towards failure, okay? It's really up to you. It's actually very easy to let your life spiral downwards towards failure, because you really don't have to do much, but, you know, keep screwing up and kind of keep living in the moment and not really getting stuff done. Whereas if you want to get momentum working in your favor and get that upward spiral of success working for you, that actually takes some work. It takes some discipline, it takes some mental discipline, it takes mental maturity, all right? It takes surrounding yourself around the right people, because if you're surrounding yourself around, you know, a bunch of people who are failing in life, what makes you think you're going to be able to win if you're surrounded by that, if you're surrounded by that toxicity, right? That negativity and that the mindset of people who are continuously failing in life. That's not going to help you, right? So you want to surround yourself with people who are winning in life, people who are thriving. And you might not know anybody like this, right? You might not have friends like this in your social circle. I didn't. You know, I didn't have mentors like that. I had to go out and search for them. But thankfully, luckily today with the internet, you could pretty much reach any successful mentor you want. You don't even have to reach them personally. You could watch their YouTube videos. You could follow them on Instagram, see what they're up to, see what, you know, free programs they're releasing, see what free giveaways they're giving away. Because a lot of times these guys who are successful, when they're launching a new program, they have tons of free giveaways, and you should be taking advantage of that. Okay, I do that myself with my dating business, with the 33 Secrets. I give away a ton of high value, priceless information for how to date beautiful women for absolute free, because I want guys to test out my stuff and I want them to try it out there in the real world, and I want them to see that what I'm teaching them actually works. You know, and that I've done this myself for many, many years, and that I'm an expert in this. And I know things that I am not an expert in, like, you know, might be like real estate. I mean, I know my way around real estate, but I'm no guru, I'm no expert. But I know there are experts out there that launch programs and products all the time, and I follow these guys on Instagram. I watch their videos religiously on YouTube, and anything I don't know, any free value they're giving away, I take advantage of it, just like you should be. So whatever it is you're trying to do, whether it's get into better shape, whether it's to make more money, whether it's to get more women in your life, you just have to start with getting just that small taste of winning, okay? Don't make the mistake of trying to take these gigantic steps where you're setting these ridiculous expectations for yourself. Don't do that. Like I said, you know, when you experience failure and you don't fight back against that failure, and you let that failure eat you away, and you let that failure, you know, stop you from trying ever again, you're really only hurting yourself. It doesn't pay off being pessimistic, okay? Being a pessimist never, ever, ever leads to anything good in life. If you're a pessimist now, you gotta switch over to being an optimist, okay? And that's one thing I've always been is an optimist, even though there have been times where I've been pessimistic in life, especially with my money. I've been very pessimistic. Not so much nowadays, but when I was younger, it costed me a great deal. It cost me a lot of money. I imagine if I bought real estate back in the 90s when I could have. I mean, these properties now would be worth millions of dollars. I would have like 2 or 3 properties that were worth millions of dollars that I could have picked up back then for maybe a couple of $100,000. And I missed out because I was just too fearful of it. And, you know, a lot of it goes back too to not having mentors. There was no YouTube back then. There was nobody to learn from. I mean, I'd read books on it, but the books were not enough to convince me to go out there and actually do it. But luckily for us these days, no matter what age you are, you could go on YouTube and you could find a mentor, a guru, an expert in practically any field you want to be successful at. Okay, so there is zero excuse these days, zero excuse to not win in life, to not have the winner effect working for you, okay, to not have that upward spiral of success working for you. And yes, it takes more self-discipline. Yes, it takes more mental maturity, But hey, welcome to being a man. Welcome to life. If you want the good things in life, you have to be willing to put in some effort. The most successful people you see out there, the reason why they're so successful is because they failed so much. Believe me when I tell you that. That is so true. Every successful person I've met that is just crazy successful has experienced more failure than anybody I've known in my own social circle. Okay, they've experienced more failure than anybody that I've ever met. But what makes them special is they didn't quit. They kept on going. They kept on pushing. They kept on fighting back. They kept on pushing that spiral upwards towards success, as opposed to just saying, screw it, and letting it go and spiral towards failure. Okay, so right now I'm in my Stingray. These Corvette Stingrays, right? This model year, see my puppy's in there. This model year Stingray, these Corvettes, you could Google it, you could look for it. It's a 65 convertible. These things easily go for $50,000 to $60,000, easily, or more. Sometimes they go for 70 and up, depending on how well they've been restored and how low the miles are. This is a daily driver. I love to drive this car, so this isn't like a garage queen or anything like that. I like driving them, and surprisingly, they're fairly reliable, which is really cool. But these Stingrays, I've always wanted one since high school. Even back when I was in high school, they were already going for like 25 grand. And of course, we didn't have that kind of money growing up. My dad was like, oh, no way, we can't afford that. And to be able to drive one and sit here and even shoot videos from this Stingray is something that I just always dreamed of, right? I never knew how I was gonna get it, but I was like, maybe if I work really hard, I'll get one someday. This is something that I didn't want to let go of, and yeah, I know it's, these days it'll be considered a little materialistic, like it's just a car. Maybe to you, if you think that way, it's materialistic and it's just a car, but to me, this is a goal that was achieved. This is a goal and a dream that was completed, that came full circle. And I love this car. I love driving it. It gets a lot of attention, so I don't take it out too often, but it gets a lot of attention. People love this car. I get a lot of thumbs up, people honking, woo! I could have easily been like, screw it, that's too much work, I don't care, I just want to eat pizza all day, I just want to go to Burger King, I don't want to work for this thing, I'll just drive a Corolla, or I'll just drive a Prius. I don't even want to teach dating advice, man. I'm just gonna sit at home. Actually, I'm just gonna move back to my parents' house so I don't have to pay rent and I could just sit there and sleep all day. Could have done that, right? It's very easy. Wouldn't take any work at all. But it's not what I wanted for myself. I wanted better things for myself. I wanted the good life, and I wanted to be around other guys who also wanted the good life. Because a lot of my friends growing up, those guys, I love them, but we weren't going in the same direction, Those guys wanted to fail in life, they wanted to lose. I'm like, sorry, I want more for myself. And that's another thing that will happen to you is when you're looking to win in life and you want to get the winner effect working for you, you're gonna have a lot of people in your social circle, a lot of friends you grew up with who aren't gonna agree with that. They're not gonna like that you actually wanna win in life. They're gonna be like, who do you think you are? You think you're better than us? Pfft, you're not. They're gonna be putting down your dreams, putting down your goals, putting down things you wanna do because they're afraid. They're afraid of losing you. They're afraid of being left behind. And you know what? The sad fact is you are gonna leave them behind. You have to leave them behind because you're not going in the same direction. And this is something that I teach a lot of my my students in my alpha male training programs is, hey, you gotta make that executive decision. You're not going in the same direction. This guy's just gonna hold you back. Sorry to say, but there are other guys like you, like us, who are out there, who are wanting to win in life, who are wanting to succeed in life, and we need to pair bond together. We need to be part of the same tribe. And guys in your social circle who aren't going in that direction, unless they want to change themselves and they want to go with you, but it's very hard to change somebody. People don't change unless they're ready to change. Okay, you cannot change a person. You cannot change people. They will not change until they are ready to change. These are the fruits of winning. And you're not always gonna win in life. I definitely don't. I fail a lot, and you will too. But when you do win in life, it's gonna be sweet. And it will often be big. You're gonna have big wins in life. And you're gonna get the things that you want when you actually try, when you put effort, where you get that upward spiral of success working for you, where you get that winner effect working for you, and you get that taste of winning. But it all starts with taking those baby steps, okay? You wanna take those baby steps towards winning. Because once you do experience winning and you experience that winner effect, like I said, your mind's gonna change, your body's gonna change, your physiology is gonna change, your body language is gonna change, your voice is gonna deepen, your chest is gonna pop out naturally. You're just gonna start walking around confident, right? You're just gonna feel like you're on top of the world 24/7. I mean, naturally, your testosterone levels are gonna go up. You're gonna be more sexually desirable to the opposite sex. Yeah, it's so weird. It's almost kind of like vibrational, that people will just feel like you're on top of the world. Other people will see it in you. You'll just radiate success. You'll radiate somebody who's on top of the world. You'll radiate somebody who's just filled with positive emotions, somebody who's complete, somebody who's full, somebody who's feels good in his own body. Because if you look around out there, are most people winning in life? No. You look around out there, people you see are either failing or coping. Okay, they're not really living their lives the way they want to. They're not really succeeding in life. They're not really happy with themselves. Again, just look around out there. Most people are moping around. Most people just have frowns on their faces. How many people are smiling? Right, very few people are smiling. That's all I have to say for tonight's coaching video. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets, and I will see you